Aunt Shannon from Creative Chaos in Tennessee, and today we are back with another Shake It, Scrap It, Create It challenge. This week's prompts were star, stapler, and ribbon, twine, or floss. So either and or. Alright, I am also combining this with the Scraplift challenge over on My Scrappy Life for the crop that is going on this weekend. Today is the last day of it, but it's unlimited amount of time for you to play along. It's a free crop. There's challenges posted throughout the weekend on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We do it once a month. All the links will be below. So today I am scrap lifting a gorgeous layout I saw, and y'all know I love buttons and I love flowers, so it was right up my alley. I'll pop it up on the screen. This layout was created by Heather Bensley, and this was created for the White with One challenge crop that's also going on this weekend. I don't really know any details. I haven't got to really play along with it. I've been in the group a couple months since I saw it because I love the layouts that are posted. I think they do it maybe every month or every couple months. I'm not sure. But I'll post the link to the group below if you want to check that out. But like I said, they did it for the White with One group. And pretty much their basis is you have to use a white background and you're allowed to add one color. So this month, to change it up a little bit, they said you could use two colors. So I'm going to use pink and green, and you can use all the shades of that. I didn't really plan anything out. I just pulled a bunch of stuff, and we're going to go from there and see what happens. And I'm going to try to include the prompts for Shake It, Scrap It, Create It. So, I pulled out this stamp set. And I already stamped some out on white. And then I fussy cut them. And I don't know exactly yet. And then I stamped some of these leaves on green cardstock. This is a Vicky Booten set. This is a Temu set. And like I said, I stamped them and I already fussy cut. I pulled out some enamel dots from Close to My Heart. These are melon and green. I just got these because they have stars in them, and I was trying to figure out how I was going to work in stars, so that's a possibility. I have my stapler. I have my bundled sage and saltwater taffy. I have some thickers, titles that I just pulled. I think all these came from Walmart. And I have a bunch of different stencils. And all of these ones are Close to My Heart stencils. And I don't know which one I'm going to use yet. So I just pulled a bunch. And then this one is a Scrap-A-Sketch stencil. And have my blending brushes. And then I just pulled paper. These were scraps. That's why this one isn't completely back, because that's all I had left. It was just some scraps I pulled out of my bin. I put my pictures on them. I do know what pictures I'm putting, but I'm not allowed to show them because they're of my grandbaby Vivian, and she's not allowed to be on social media. And I pulled, this is my tacky glue, and I've just been storing it upside down like that. And then, so it's easy to come out. And then I have all my buttons. So I have color bins, and I went through and I pulled out a bunch of different pink buttons, different, you know. On her layout, it is gorgeous. I love her buttons. She kind of used all fancy and the same buttons, but I have a huge button collection, but I don't have a lot of the same ones because they've been collected over the years. They was my great-grandma's. You know, people gave them to me. I found them at thrift stores. I love buttons. I have a lot of them. So mine's going to be all different. My layout's going to be a little bit different, but that's okay. You make it your own. But I hope that you guys are inspired by this. This month's theme on My Scrappy Life's group is Go See Do, and it's the lighter colors of summer. And I thought these went perfect, but you know, it's also my grandbaby, and she was just learning to walk, and so I thought they were perfect. So I'm just gonna move these out of the way, and we're gonna do our. I've done got something on there. What in the world? Probably the cat. And use my stencils and figure out what we're gonna do here. So, oh, I also have some ribbon that I just cut off, and it's in green. And I may pause and come back because I may end up sewing to get that to stay, because it's hard to get ribbon to stay. So, let me pick up all my flowers here and my leaves. So tell me, do y'all like buttons? I love buttons. I love buttons. But it's one of those things, you know, some people don't like the bulk of them. And you got, you know, dies that can cut out buttons. You know, I like how she did like bigger, like on her page. I'm looking at it right now so I can like really look and see what she did. She did bigger, and then she did like some dots, and then she did like, it almost looks like this stencil. Hers is a little bit different, but with a little bit of green stenciled on. So this, I know it's probably hard to see. Let's see if I have any. I don't think I have any black. Let's see if I can hold it on here. I know it's hard to see, but if you take in this whole spot, this is like one really big flower, then it has the smaller flower in the center of it, of the stencil. And I was kind of thinking that might be good to have a big one to be able to do that and stencil it in. And this one also has a bunch of smaller flowers, and it's in pretty rough shape because it got stencil paste on it, and I didn't wash it like quick. So I don't know how much more life that one's gonna have. This one has flowers on it too, so I don't really know, y'all. You know, normally I have all this stuff planned out and I know exactly what I'm gonna do, but today I don't. So this one's just a kind of fly by the seat of my pants, and hopefully y'all hang out with me for a little while until I figure out what the heck I'm doing. Alright, so I'm going to use Saltwater Taffy as my background color because I thought it went with this pretty well, like it really matches this. So, and then I have my new blending brush. I finally have enough for all the different colors that I have, so I don't have to kind of clean them or use one that's kind of close in color. But I just got these on Temu, and they're cheap, but they work just as good as the good ones because I have a close to my heart one too, and these are just as good. Okay, so she didn't really stencil every little thing, but I'm gonna go super light. I think that's what I love so much about it. Not only does it have buttons and flowers, but it's just very light and girly, you know, pastel-y, feminine. Ew, I like that. Okay, and then maybe just do this part. Y'all know I can most definitely get carried away with stenciling and keeping adding. I have to stop myself sometimes. I'm like, okay, it's enough, stop it. Let's see, let's just add another one in here. And she, like I said, kept it very light, so I'm just going to be light about it. And I think that's good for that stencil. Let's see. I almost just want to bring in one of these other ones. Okay, let's just do the circle. I think that's good on flowers. I don't want to mix up too much, you know? Okay, let's go. I'm going to rub it even lighter. Yeah, you can barely see. You probably can't even see it on camera. Okay, I'm going to go a little bit darker here. And a little bit darker there. Let's do that. I hear a train or something outside. I don't know if y'all can hear that, but it's a little bit loud. Okay. I think that is good for that stencil. And then let's do the green. So I'm going to use the bundled sage. I just tried to go with light stuff. When I'm stenciling, I tend to go pretty bold most of the time, but I try to do stuff that I can do really light. And mine is definitely not going to be exactly like hers. You know, I'm going to use 3 photos where she had one. So, alright, I'm just going to stencil in a little bit of this green. She only did a little. I don't want to get carried away with it. Just a little bit right here. Okay. I like it, I like it. And I like how she has all the white space, so I'm going to do the same and just leave the white space. Okay, I think that's good. I think we're done with our stenciling part. I don't know how good y'all can see this. Let's see if I can bring it up a little closer. Ain't that pretty? And it's so soft, like, I love it. Okay. So, we got that done. What next? Okay, so she kind of, what I took from hers is she stamped it because it looks like they're cut out and then maybe foam dotted up. Probably, it almost looks like a Vicky Booten stamp set. But she took her flower and then she filled it in with a bunch of small buttons and then a big button and all that to create. I don't know that I'm going to do that. I might put a few to fill in the centers, but I think I'm just going to add like one on these and just kind of keep them simple. Like, see, do that for the center. And I'm going to use my tacky glue to attach my buttons because they are heavy and you do need to get them held on good. So, I'm going to lay this aside for a second so that I can see my flowers because I'm blind. Okay, now let's just add, I'm just going to go through and add a bunch of glue first on these and then just find a button that I like. Maybe this one here. Okay, I kind of like that. And I can totally, you know, do them up different. They don't have to be the same and matching and all that. It's almost fun to do them all different, so let's just do that. There's those flowers. And then this one and this one, I'm just going to put one on them. This is fun. This is another way, or at least it's fun to me. This is another great way to get use out of your stamps but to jazz them up and like take them to the next level is just stamping and then adding buttons. And you know, you could totally watercolor them, you know, use your distress ink, whatever. That must be the neighbors mowing the grass or something. That is like really loud and it's been going for a while. I thought it was a train, but it must be the neighbors mowing. So I apologize if you can hear that and it's really loud, because it's really loud in here. Okay, so then for this, I'm just going to put a bunch of glue on here in the center. And then I'm just going to add my buttons. So let's see here. Let's find some smaller ones. I don't want to put 4 on there. I at least want 5. But then it turns into probably 7. But either way, it'll be an uneven number so that it looks more better, even though that's not proper English. Okay, let's do this one, and let's see, maybe this one. I like it. I like it. I like it. Okay, so then pretty much going to do the same thing to these two, and I'll do it off camera because I think I am going to sew on my stems. And then she even put some buttons on the limbs, on the leaves. So I'm just going to put a few little dots of glue and maybe find some little buttons to stick on there. Let's like do this one. And I'm not going to cover it all the way up. It's just, you know, to give it a little bit of personality. Let's see if there's a smaller one. I even have some heart-shaped ones. That's cute. Oops. Well, I'm just flipping it all around here. Alright, so then you have one leaf done, which is cute. Look how cute. Those will be cute embellishments. Okay, so I'll finish all these out off camera, just adding the little buttons to it. Look at this little worm. I even have the little button. I might try to use it on the page. I don't know yet. I just pulled out a bunch of stuff. Okay, so I'm going to finish this, and then I am going to take my ribbon, and I think I'm going to just like put it where I think my flowers might go, and then I'm just going to run my sewing machine down it to sew it on, and I will be back. Alright, I'm back. I ended up sewing on my ribbon. I had some sewing machine issues. I'm still learning, y'all. So my sewing ain't the best. I saw where Heather had done little pin lines, zigzags like sewing to imitate sewing around the edges. So I just went ahead and sewed with my sewing machine. Like I said, it's not perfect by any means. So I have my ribbon sewn on, mostly. I did add some splatters of the saltwater taffy ink, and I went back with my gold shimmer brush and added a few gold shimmers around. And I did go ahead and glue my photo mats down. I put my photos on there and kind of laid it out how I was going to want them to be, so I wasn't covering up anything, and then I just went ahead and glued the mats. So now what we have left is all these flowers to add. I am still going to use my tacky glue to attach because they are heavy now. So I'm just going to put these on, and I totally could take and foam, pop them up with foam tape if I so desired to, but I don't think I'm going to, because they're already so dimensional with the buttons. Let's see, I can totally trim off a little bit of that if I need to. I did sew it in so that it was just kind of like they was growing out of each other. So, ooh, where did that go? My glue popped. I don't know where it went. So I'm just going to glue these on, and I'm not going to use them all. This is why I store it upside down, because it becomes so hard to get out. That one's looking a little bad. Let's add one here. And then, let's see, let's add one over here. Maybe a half of one here. Yeah. Okay. I like those. I like them so far. Okay, and I probably won't use those. I don't want to overwhelm it. I really like the simplicity look of Heather's that she did. So I'm just going to add on a few leaves. Actually, let's put the title on so I kind of know where to put my leaves. So this is going to say hashtag happy girl. And I'm just adding a hashtag because, just because I don't really have any other reasons to use them. So I just want to use up some of my stickers and stuff from my stash. And I ripped it trying to get it off. Dang it. That's okay. We'll just glue it back together. And I am going to add glue because even though these are foam thickers, they do not stick very well. Let's see. Let's go right here. Hashtag. I'm going to dot these. They're still pretty wet in places. Alright, let's get the happy off of here if we can. This one has like a cardstock front, and I've said it before, I really like the look of them, but if you barely even bend it, getting it off the paper, it makes a crease in it, and I don't like that. You can see where all the little creases are now from pulling it off. Okay. And luckily, I'm not going to glue this one, that way I can pull it up if I need to for my photo. And then girl. I kind of like it and kind of don't. As bad as that sounds. Okay, let's see. Let's put a leaf here. Then, and let's see. Maybe one going this way. Okay. Let me close this glue and grab the tacky glue again, so that they're really down on the page. Let's see, put one there. Honestly, I probably need different sized leaves, like some smaller ones and some bigger ones, but we are just gonna go with it. kind of feel like I need one on this side of a plant. What about here? I feel like that one kind of centers it in the middle of the page. Ah, if I can get it out. Okay. There's that. I really want to use this little worm. Maybe I should put him right here, crawling on the... Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay. And this was actually just a button, and I just cut the little shank off of it with my wire cutters. This one definitely needs the tacky glue on it, and I'm very generous with it so that it will be sure to stay. And I'm just going to hold it down, and of course the glue will dry clear. You ain't going to see it. Okay. And then, I like how on Heather she added some like little buttons in here and there, even on the stems. And I don't know, I feel like it shouldn't go like that. We shouldn't add any more. I feel like I need to stop adding leaves. It's too much. I think I might add in, I just don't know. I do have some of these little butterflies. I still have to add in stars, and I might just sprinkle them around here and there. But I do have these two butterflies. I could put one there. And it's a button also, so these are just wooden buttons that came off Temu. You can get them in all different stuff, but pretty much the same as having like colored wood veneer. It's just printed wood. I'm just going to put that there. And then, let's see. I feel like that green's too green. So, let's add in some of these little pink stars just to give it a little bit of, just so we can say we use stars, because we still need to use stars for Shake It, Scrap It, Sketch It. I mean, I just messed that up. Can y'all tell I'm tired and have a lot on my mind? Shake It, Scrap It, Create It. There we go. I'm just kind of sprinkling them around here and there in different sizes. I don't use these very often, so it's also a good way to kind of use these up. Okay, so now we have our stars, we have our ribbon, and we need the stapler. Oh man, the stapler. Okay. So I have my stapler. Y'all saw me do this before. I think we've got stapler for this before. And I don't buy the fancy colored staples. You can buy the fancy ones and all that. I just take and put my staples in. I've showed y'all this before. And I don't know if you can see, but I just put my staples into my stapler, and then I just take a Sharpie. I know you probably can't see it. I just take a Sharpie, and then I just color. You can see these are red, reddish pink. And I just color them with a Sharpie, and voila, you have whatever color staples that you want. So I think I'm just going to make some X's in on some of these stems, and I'm going to try not to touch everything. Let's see if I can do it. And y'all saw I've done this before. I actually like doing it. It adds a little bit of something extra. And I usually like to do it in threes. I'm trying to avoid all the glue. Look how cute! It just adds a little whimsical fun to it. So let's just do one maybe here. Tie it in around the page. And let's see. Maybe a couple up here. Okay. Sorry if I'm dragging y'all all out of screen. Okay, I'm going to do 3, and then I'm just going to go back and cross them. Okay. I like that. I really do. I'm surprised with how this turned out. Now, it's not like her little soft feminine one, but it is. I think I used darker greens and some darker pinks. Kind of took away from the really light, airy part of it. But I really do like it. Let's see if I can show y'all up close. Whoops, sorry. I always end up bumping it. Let me see. Turn it upside down so y'all can see, because my stand is in the way. But isn't that cute? Okay, and then I will add my pictures and my page will be done, and I'll have 3 photos on it. So, that was great inspiration. Thank you so much, Heather. Hopefully, y'all will go over and check out that. Check out the My Scrappy Life crop and the challenges there in play. And we need to draw the prompts for next week for Shake It, Scrap It, Create It. So, here's our jars. I actually remembered this time, y'all. Be proud of me. Alright, so first we got shapes, colors, numbers. I'm going to shake it up good. And I've left all the prompts out for over a month now, so hopefully we'll start getting some new things. Violet. Woohoo! I've been playing with lots of purple, so I'm excited. More purple. Alright, techniques and tools. This one we might have to refill because as you can see, it's getting pretty low in here because there's not a lot of techniques or tools. I mean, that's every day in your stash. Alright, metal die. We've had that one before, but we won't get it for another while. So metal die, violet. And if you don't have a metal die, you can still play. Just use whatever die you have or a die cut. This is just to inspire you and get you thinking outside the box to use up. Okay, this one's embellishments. So, we got buttons. Oh, that one's ironic, y'all. I just used so many buttons. Okay, so violet, metal die, and buttons is the prompts for next week. You can, if you want to be featured on here, stay afterwards, by the way. Stay after the end of this video and see what everyone else did for the week. You have until Friday to send me your submissions, whether it be card, layout, junk journal page, planner page, whatever you want that includes these things. It's just to get you thinking creative and using up your supplies. This is a weekly, year-long challenge. I roll every week. We get new prompts. So, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. And until next time, bye y'all.